Hello, my name is Talon Dalton, and I will be speaking on the election of 1824 today. My speech will consist of and will pertain to the road to the election results, the 12th Amendment and how it affected the election, and the conspiracy theory that came from one of the candidates after losing the election. The election of 1824 may be, on the surface level, may be bland and nothing like today's elections, but after very consistent and research through the election, one can see that this election was different for its time and different for America in general. The belief that elections of present day are more frantic and nail-biting is just plain wrong. One can see with just minimal research that the elections of older times, especially the election of 1824, has nuance and strategies that are could not even be understood from today, in today's time. To begin, let's briefly discuss the road to the election. According to Britannica, the elections caucuses were different in this time, consisting of more private caucuses and less public control or domain. With this information in mind, the election of 1824 is set to be a very different election due to the presence of only one party and the nomination of that party that year. The Democratic Republican Party nominated William Crawford, even though Andrew Jackson and John Quincy Adams were the more popular and well-recognized candidates for the nomination. This sparked differences between the party and caused Jackson to be nominated by his state caucus of Tennessee, and John Quincy Adams to be nominated by his state caucus of Massachusetts. And throughout, there's no election road like there is today. It's more of the person's name and what was behind them party-wise. According to 270 to win, the resulting election ended in results such as Andrew Jackson at 99 votes, John Quincy Adams at 84 votes, William Crawford at 41 votes, and Henry Clay at 37 votes. So, what did these results mean for the election? Well, one would think that Andrew Jackson would win since he had the most votes, but due to how our electoral college system works, we don't do it that way. You have to have the majority of the votes to win the election, and this is where the 12th Amendment came in. According to Constitute Project, the 12th Amendment states, if no person has such majority, then from persons having the highest numbers not exceeding 3 on the list of those voted for as president, the House of Representatives shall choose immediately by ballot the president. So, that means out of the 3, Henry Clay, John Quincy Adams, out of the 4, John Quincy Adams, Henry Clay, William Crawford, and Andrew Jackson, the House of Representatives would choose the winner for this election. And the winner was John Quincy Adams by House of Representative vote. though the country had its sixth president, not all were happy with the results, such as Andrew Jackson, the candidate with the most votes, but did not get voted in from the House of Representatives. And this is what he believes happened. He believes that due to the circumstances, Henry Clay being the Speaker of the House at the time too, co-signed for John Quincy Adams for the presidency. And once John Quincy Adams won the presidency, Henry Clay got a job as the Secretary of State. Well, Andrew Jackson didn't think this was a politically correct thing to do and called it the corrupt bargain. According to UShistory.org, the corrupt bargain was one of Jackson's main points for his next election run-in 1828, where he used it as a political tool against John Quincy Adams and named himself the common man and John Quincy Adams as the elitist and the person that would use corrupt politics to get his position. So in conclusion, elections of the 1800s were just as frantic, if not more, than elections of today, and the 12th Amendment is an important step of our electoral college that we may not understand enough and understand the actual meaning of it, and that we as a country should pay attention to our politics and understand that these political tools, such as John Quincy Adams appointing Secretary of State to Henry Clay, and Andrew Jackson calling it a corrupt bargain and using it as a political tool for the next election, are not correct ways for our politics, and that we need to understand that these are tools that politicians use. And that concludes my speech. Thank you for